What if the era of uncontested American stealth bombing is coming to an end? For more than 2 decades, the United States has operated the world's most advanced strategic stealth bomber, the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, a flying-wing aircraft engineered to slip through the most sophisticated air defense networks on Earth. With a range exceeding 11,000 kilometers without refueling and the ability to carry both conventional precision-guided weapons and nuclear payloads, the B-2 was built for one purpose: penetrate deep into enemy territory, destroy critical targets, and return undetected. Its design eliminates vertical stabilizers, hides its engines within the fuselage to reduce infrared signature, and uses advanced radar-absorbent materials to shrink its radar cross-section to an extraordinarily small level for an aircraft of its size. Now China is developing its own answer, the Xi'an H-20, a long-range stealth bomber expected to use a similar flying-wing configuration with internal weapons bays and reduced radar visibility. Open-source defense assessments estimate the H-20 could have a range between 8,000 and 10,000 kilometers, potentially allowing it to strike targets across the Indo-Pacific region without heavy reliance on forward bases. Unlike earlier Chinese bombers that prioritized payload and range over survivability, the H-20 appears designed from the ground up with stealth shaping and strategic deterrence in mind. If deployed as projected, it would provide China with a true airborne leg of its nuclear triad, complementing land-based missiles and submarine-launched systems. The real question isn't whether the H-20 looks similar to the B-2, it's whether China can match decades of American operational experience, materials science refinement, and global mission integration that make stealth bombers more than just advanced aircraft, but instruments of strategic power projection. If the H-20 enters service as projected, the comparison with the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit becomes unavoidable, but the real differences go far beyond appearance. The B-2 is not just stealthy because of its flying wing shape, it represents decades of classified research in radar-absorbent materials, electronic warfare integration, and mission planning doctrine. Its radar cross-section is estimated to be extremely small, often compared to that of a bird, despite a wingspan of 52 meters. More importantly, it has been combat-proven in multiple operations, demonstrating global strike capability with precision-guided munitions delivered from intercontinental distances. The aircraft operates within a mature ecosystem of satellite networks, airborne refueling tankers, secure communications, and advanced targeting systems, all of which dramatically increase its effectiveness. The Xi'an H-20, based on defense analysis and official Chinese statements, is expected to feature internal weapon bays for long-range cruise missiles and precision-guided bombs, reducing drag and radar exposure. Estimates suggest it may carry around 10 tons of payload, though exact specifications remain undisclosed. Its projected range of 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers would allow it to threaten regional targets such as Guam, Japan, and potentially parts of Australia without mid-air refueling. However, stealth performance depends not only on shape but also on materials, engine heat management, sensor integration, and low-frequency radar resistance, areas where the United States has decades of operational refinement. While the H-20 could significantly enhance China's strategic deterrence and complete its nuclear triad, matching the B-2's global reach, combat history, and integrated support infrastructure is a far more complex challenge than replicating a flying wing silhouette. Beyond range and radar signature, the strategic impact of the Xi'an H-20 depends on how effectively it is integrated into China's broader military doctrine. A stealth bomber is only as powerful as the network supporting it, including satellites, over-the-horizon radars, cyber capabilities, electronic warfare systems, and aerial refueling assets. The United States has spent decades refining this ecosystem around platforms like the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit, ensuring secure communications, real-time targeting updates, and coordinated operations with naval and ground forces. In contrast, while China has rapidly modernized its military space and surveillance infrastructure, integrating a new strategic bomber into a fully synchronized global strike architecture is a long-term process requiring operational testing, pilot training, maintenance experience, and doctrinal evolution. Another major factor is survivability against modern air defense systems. Advanced surface-to-air missile networks use layered radar bands, including low-frequency systems designed to detect stealth shaping advantages. True stealth effectiveness depends on minimizing detection across multiple radar spectrums while also managing infrared emissions from engines. The B-2's engines are deeply embedded with specially designed exhaust systems to reduce heat signature, a feature that required extensive engineering refinement. Whether the H-20 can achieve similar multi-spectrum signature control remains uncertain until it becomes operational and independently assessed. Ultimately, the emergence of the H-20 signals China's ambition to project power farther from its shores and strengthen its strategic deterrence posture, particularly in the Indo-Pacific. However, strategic bombers are not just symbols of technological capability, they are instruments of long-term deterrence shaped by logistics, training, doctrine, and geopolitical intent. As global competition intensifies, the arrival of the Xi'an H-20 represents more than just a new aircraft. It reflects China's long-term objective to secure credible long-range strike capability comparable in concept, though not necessarily equal in performance, to the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit. The B-2 was designed during the Cold War specifically to penetrate dense Soviet air defenses and deliver strategic payloads across continents, and over time it has evolved with upgraded avionics, improved stealth coatings, and modern precision weapons integration. Its operational history demonstrates not only technical capability but reliability under real combat conditions. For China, the H-20's true significance lies in deterrence signaling, the ability to hold distant targets at risk without relying entirely on ballistic missiles, which follow predictable trajectories and are easier to track once launched. A stealth bomber, by contrast, offers flexibility. It can be recalled mid-mission, rerouted, or used as a visible show of force without immediate escalation. That flexibility strengthens strategic bargaining power. However, building a stealth platform is only one part of the equation. Sustaining it requires advanced maintenance facilities, stealth material upkeep, secure data links, trained crews, and continuous modernization. Even small gaps in these areas can reduce effectiveness. If the H-20 meets its projected performance goals, it will significantly expand China's strike options across the Indo-Pacific region and reinforce its nuclear triad. Yet parity with American long-range stealth bombers depends not only on specifications like range or payload, but on decades of operational experience, global basing access, and integrated joint force doctrine. In modern warfare, capability is measured not just by engineering design, but by how seamlessly technology, training, and strategy converge into credible, sustained power projection. The development of the Xi'an H-20 ultimately marks a pivotal moment in modern air power competition, signaling that long-range stealth strike capability is no longer exclusive to the United States. For years, the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit has symbolized unmatched penetration capability, combining extreme low observability, global reach, and precision engagement within a fully integrated joint force structure. Its strength is not just in its radar-evading shape but in the doctrine behind it: meticulous mission planning, electronic warfare coordination, satellite-supported targeting, and aerial refueling networks that allow sustained global operations. China's H-20, while still officially unrevealed in full detail, is expected to emphasize regional deterrence, long-range cruise missile deployment, and survivable strike flexibility. If it achieves even a portion of its projected stealth and range performance, it could significantly alter strategic calculations across the Indo-Pacific, particularly in scenarios involving contested airspace and anti-access defense systems. Yet history shows that true military effectiveness is measured not on unveiling day, but over years of operational testing, upgrades, and real-world deployment. The coming decade will determine whether the H-20 becomes a technological milestone or a fully realized strategic equal in capability and reliability. One thing is certain: the era of uncontested stealth dominance is evolving, and global power projection is entering a new chapter. If you want deeper, fact-based breakdowns on emerging military technologies, strategic doctrine, and real-world capability comparisons, make sure you stay engaged, follow for upcoming analysis, and be part of the conversation shaping tomorrow's defense landscape. As the strategic landscape continues to evolve, the comparison between the Xi'an H-20 and the Northrop Grumman B-2 Spirit is no longer just about technology, it is about long-term geopolitical balance. The B-2 was born out of Cold War rivalry, engineered to penetrate the world's most advanced air defense systems and deliver decisive force across continents without detection. Over decades, it has demonstrated true global strike capability, operating from the continental United States, supported by aerial refueling, secure satellite communications, and integrated joint force coordination. That operational maturity gives it credibility beyond specifications on paper. The H-20, if it achieves its projected stealth design and extended range, would signal China's intent to expand its strategic reach beyond regional boundaries and strengthen its airborne deterrence capability. But achieving true parity requires more than similar flying wing architecture. It demands advanced materials science, multispectrum signature control, hardened data links, sustained pilot training, maintenance expertise, and seamless integration with naval, missile, cyber, and space assets. Stealth aircraft must survive in an environment of layered radar systems, electronic warfare pressure, and rapidly evolving missile defenses. The coming years will determine whether the H-20 becomes a transformative strategic platform or primarily a regional deterrent tool. What is clear is that the era of uncontested stealth dominance is shifting. Power projection in the 21st century will depend not only on who builds the most advanced aircraft, but on who integrates technology, doctrine, and operational readiness most effectively. The balance in the skies is changing, and every development reshapes global security calculations. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we'll break down the next major shift in modern military power in the next video.